Have you ever stood in your kitchen, waving your hands like a maniac, watching those tiny, disgusting fruit flies circle your fruit bowl like they own your home? You clean everything. You throw out the bananas. You scrub the sink. And they're still there. Hundreds of them. Mocking you. What if I told you that the pest control industry has known about a $0 solution to fruit flies for over 60 years? And they buried it. Not because it does not work, but because it works too well. Today I am exposing the method they do not want you to find. A method using something sitting in your kitchen right now. Something that costs less than $1. Something that kills fruit flies permanently and keeps them gone forever. Watch until the very end, because the last tip I share will genuinely shock you. It changed how I see my entire kitchen. Every single summer it starts the same way. One overripe peach, one forgotten grape under the counter, and suddenly your kitchen is a fruit fly airport. These are not just annoying, they are embarrassing. You cannot have guests over. You cover your fruit. You hide your vegetables. You start eating everything faster just to stop them from breeding. And what do most people do? They run to the store. They grab those little sticky traps, $8 a pack. Gone in a week. Then they buy the sprays, the foggers, the plug-in zappers. $50 here, $25 there. Some people call professional exterminators. You know what those companies charge? Between $150 and $400 for a single fruit fly treatment, $400 for fruit flies. And here's the part that will make your blood boil. Those exterminators are in and out of your home in 20 minutes. They spray a chemical solution that costs them pennies. They hand you an invoice for $300 and they drive away in their branded van. And guess what happens 2 weeks later? The flies come back. Because the root cause was never fixed. You call again. Another $200. This is a cycle they designed. A loop that keeps your wallet open and their business booming. Families across the country spend an average of $600 every single summer fighting fruit flies through store-bought products alone. $600 on flies. Meanwhile, your grocery bill goes up, your patience disappears, and your kitchen feels like it belongs to the flies, not to you. There's a mother in Ohio who told her story online. She spent $480 in one summer on traps, sprays, and one exterminator visit. The flies never fully went away. Then her grandmother told her something old, something simple, something free. And in 48 hours, every single fruit fly in her kitchen was gone. Here's what they never taught you in any cookbook, any cleaning guide, or any home improvement channel. Back in the late 1940s and through the 1950s, housewives and farmers across rural America had a method, a natural method, passed down through families, shared between neighbors. It used simple fermented liquids to trap and eliminate fruit flies at the source. It was not fancy. It did not need a label. And it worked perfectly. But then, something happened in the 1960s. The American pesticide industry exploded. Companies like Raid, Black Flag, and several chemical manufacturers that are still household names today began lobbying hard. They pushed products into supermarkets. They funded pest control certifications. They made homeowners believe that fighting insects required chemicals, expertise, and professional help. The old home methods were quietly buried. They were not disproven. They were ignored. Marketing budgets worth millions were spent making you feel helpless against a fruit fly. Think about that. They spent millions of dollars making you feel like you cannot handle a fly that is smaller than your fingernail. Old agricultural extension documents from the 1950s mention fermented liquid traps as the gold standard for small flying insect control. These documents exist. They are in public archives. But nobody is selling them on a shelf, so nobody talks about them. Only about 1% of homeowners today know this method, and the pest control industry wants to keep it that way. What I am about to show you has been quietly suppressed for 6 decades. They spent money, time, and influence making sure you never learned this. But today that ends. The solution is apple cider vinegar. That amber liquid sitting in your pantry right now. It costs between $1 and $3 at any grocery store. A single bottle lasts months. And it is the most powerful fruit fly eliminator ever discovered. Here's why it works, and the science is simple once you understand it. Fruit flies are attracted to fermentation. That is their entire biology. They breed near fermenting organic matter. Rotting fruit, drain buildup, old juice residue. Apple cider vinegar is a fermented product. It contains acetic acid. It releases a scent profile that is almost identical to overripe fruit at peak fermentation. To a fruit fly, apple cider vinegar smells like paradise, like the greatest breeding ground they have ever found. They fly directly toward it. They cannot resist it. It is like a magnet built from their own biology. Professional pest control companies use synthetic pheromone lures that mimic this exact fermentation scent. You know what those synthetic lures cost to manufacture? Pennies. You know what they charge you for a box of 4 traps? $12 to $18. They are literally selling you a fake version of something you already own. The apple cider vinegar works better than the synthetic version because it is the real fermentation signal, not an imitation. The flies are not confused. They go straight for it every single time. A standard exterminator visit for fruit flies uses a combination of chemical spray and bait stations. The bait stations contain fermented attractant, which again is what apple cider vinegar already is. That $300 visit includes about $400 worth of actual materials. The rest is labor, branding, and profit. Your $2 bottle of apple cider vinegar is doing the same job, better, without chemicals, without appointments, without invoices. Now, here's exactly what you do. This method has 7 steps, and each one matters. Start by taking any glass or jar you have at home. A mason jar works perfectly. A regular drinking glass works too. Even an old pasta sauce jar is fine. Pour apple cider vinegar into it until it is about 1 inch deep. You do not need more than that. 1 inch is the perfect depth for this trap. Now add 2 drops of dish soap. Just 2 drops. Regular dish soap from your sink. This step is critical, and here is why. Fruit flies can naturally land on liquid without sinking because of surface tension. The dish soap breaks that tension. The moment a fly lands on the surface, it sinks. There is no escape. Without the dish soap, flies can sometimes hover and leave. With it, they are done. Next, take a piece of plastic wrap or any plastic bag and stretch it tightly over the top of the jar. Secure it with a rubber band around the rim. Make it tight, no gaps. Then take a toothpick or a pen and poke 8 to 10 small holes in the plastic. These holes need to be just large enough for a fruit fly to enter, about the size of a pinhead. The flies smell the vinegar, squeeze through the tiny holes, and they cannot find their way back out. The holes are too small for them to locate from inside. Do not make the holes too large. If they are too large, the flies can exit. If they are too small, the scent does not escape strongly enough. Pinhead size is perfect. Now place your trap near where you see the most activity. Near the fruit bowl, near the sink drain, near the trash can. Do not put it inside a cabinet. The flies need to be able to smell it from a short distance. Room temperature is fine. Do not refrigerate it. Cold reduces the fermentation scent release. Leave it in place for 24 to 48 hours without moving it. Moving the trap resets the attraction cycle. One important thing you must not do: do not use white vinegar. White vinegar has a different chemical profile. It repels fruit flies instead of attracting them. Only apple cider vinegar works for this. Also, do not add fruit juice to the trap thinking it will work better. Juice adds sugar, which can attract other insects like ants. Stick with the apple cider vinegar and dish soap combination only. Replace the trap every 3 days. Pour out the contents, rinse, and refill. Fresh vinegar has a stronger fermentation scent than old vinegar. Keep this cycle going for 2 weeks, and you will eliminate the entire population, including the eggs. Thousands of people have tried this exact method, and their results are the reason this video exists. One viewer from Texas wrote in and said she had fruit flies for 3 straight months. She tried 6 different store products. She spent $340. Nothing worked permanently. She set up 3 apple cider vinegar traps on a Monday. By Wednesday morning, she counted over 200 dead flies in the traps. By Friday, her kitchen was completely clear. She has not seen a fruit fly since. Another viewer saved over $800 by canceling his quarterly pest control subscription after learning this method. He had been paying $200 every 3 months for a service that was using bait stations that he could replicate for $2. The before and after is not subtle. Within 24 hours, you will see flies in the trap. 48 to 72 hours, the visible fly population in your kitchen will drop by 80 to 90%. Within 2 weeks, with consistent trap replacement, the infestation cycle is fully broken. Because you are trapping the adults before they can lay new eggs, no new generation means the problem ends permanently. The results last as long as you run the trap for the full 2-week cycle. After that, your kitchen can stay fly-free indefinitely as long as you manage food storage properly. This is not a temporary fix. This is a permanent reset. The pest control industry does not want this information spreading because it makes their services completely unnecessary for this problem. They have a financial interest in you staying dependent on their products. But you are watching this right now, and that means you are one of the small percentage of people who now know the truth. If this method helped you, or if you just want to stick it to the pest control industry for once, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, and it helps more people find this information before it gets buried again. Subscribe, because next week I'm exposing something even more shocking about the cleaning product industry, a 050 ingredient that replaces $40 drain cleaners and works 10 times faster. You do not want to miss that one. But before I go, here's the final tip I promised you, the one that will change how you think about this forever. The number one reason fruit fly infestations keep coming back is not the flies you see, it is the drain. Your kitchen sink drain is a fruit fly breeding ground. Rinse your drain once a week with boiling water, mixed with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Pour it slowly. This destroys the organic film inside the drain where eggs are laid. Combine that with your jar trap, and you are attacking the problem from both ends. That is how you end it permanently. You do not need $300 exterminators. You do not need $15 spray cans. You need a $2 bottle of vinegar, 2 drops of dish soap, and the truth, now you have all 3.